When the glorious Italian sun arrives in late spring, the first thing I do is head to water. And if not to the sea, well, then to a lake. Today, I'm going hunting for dream homes in my favorite central Italian lakeside town, Castiglione del Lago, convinced that I have found three of the most beautiful, the most characteristic, the best price-quality ratio homes that are currently out there. And, of course, some great food. Andiamo.
Viva la libertà, è meglio restare solo che avere a che fare con te. Viva la libertà, viva la libertà. Today's video is brought to you by Wise, my recommended solution to send money globally for less. But more on that later.
Alright, so I've made it to the historical center of Castiglione del Lago. And so every once in a while we like to switch up the video format. And today we're going for a bit of a bike ride. We had rainy weather all weekend, and so with the sun coming out during the week, kind of thought, well, why don't I go for a bike ride as we go out to lunch? We're having a 3-course lunch, and I found 3 homes to see. Castiglione del Lago really comes to life during the spring, and so we have beautiful scenes like this one here in the historical center, which even on a Monday all the cafes open up, all of the gelateria are open, and so you can sit down, enjoy the great atmosphere, and really take it all in. Made it for a spot to lunch, La Cantina, with tables overlooking the lake. The wine is a Trasimeno Gamay, Duca della Corna, so from the area, very good stuff. Opted for a red today. So we have the Antipasto. It is a pappa al pomodoro, very typical hardened bread from the day before, which is softened within a tomato sauce and put some nice olive oil on top of it, very good. And then a cheese platter. So we have 5 different types of cheese from the area, all at different levels of being cured. I see a semi-cured, a hardened one, so cured certainly at least during 12 months. One with spices with some olives, and another more soft. And it's served with honey, marmalade, and salty cookies. This is a poor dish, so a dish of the tradition of people who didn't have much of contadini, they're called in Italian. It's like a farmer. And it's very simple, it's very refreshing. With the honey, the compliment between the salty and the sweet is just so good. So we're done with our antipasto. Let's go see our home antipasto. All right, so we're at the first home tour of today's menu, and we're in Gioiella, which is a small hamlet of Castiglione del Lago. We're up on the hills. We have beautiful views of the green around us. This is the main church of the hamlet. You'll see that in all of these little hamlets, they're called frazioni in Italian. They always have like a main church in the middle of the village. So this is the village. Very convenient location for this first property because we have a little grocer, we have the post office, and so really close to services, but surrounded by green. So the home is this one here. This is the entrance. Now a bit about it. So the characteristics. We'll start with the asking price, 199,000 euros. It's 150 square meters of a home. It's a full home, the ground floor, first floor, 3 bedrooms, 4 if you count one of the inner rooms, but let's say 3, 2 bathrooms, and beautiful Umbrian characteristics. It also comes with a private garden, which I'll show you right now. The garden is 120 square meters, and excuse me in advance for my nose. Whenever springtime hits, my sinuses suffer a little bit, but if you'll excuse that, this is the beautiful garden that we have. We do have a beautiful sunny day. This is the home here, so pure Umbrian charm, with the beautiful contrast of the bricks of the construction with the green window shutters which you can open, beautiful little lanterns, and the kind of roof slightly coming off in this typical central Italian style. So this is the garden, very nice. You have your own area for putting flowers, for some bushes, and high trees as well, which provide shade when the sun gets really high. So this is the property. Let's go inside now. Let's say you're looking to travel to Italy and stay for a bit. Whether buying a home or renting, you will inevitably need to make bank transfers to pay for things in your daily life. The big question is, how do you transfer your currency into euros headache-free and while minimizing fees that aren't always made clear up front? This is exactly where today's sponsor, Wise, can really help out. When you open an account with Wise, you get access to tools and support built for larger international transfers. Especially useful if you're moving overseas or purchasing property in another country. First of all, there's the potential to save money. Wise offers discounted fees for bigger transfers, so the higher the amount you send, the better the pricing can become. Everything is clearly explained up front too. Their online calculator lets you check the total cost in advance and see how much you're saving before you transfer anything. You can even test it out yourself right now with a quick estimate online. Another huge bonus, and this is really important, is the support Wise provides for high-volume transfers. Sending a large payment abroad, especially for something like a house deposit, can feel stressful when you're waiting for confirmation or updates. One of the reasons I use Wise is because you're connected with an actual support person who can walk you through the process and be available by phone or email if you need assistance. So check out Wise using my link in the description below. By signing up, you get your first transfer fee-free for amounts up to 600 USD. Definitely worth checking out. All right, so this is the entrance. Beautiful old doors and this arch letting in lots of light. The main characteristic of this entryway is the vaulted ceilings, all in brick. We have these beautiful cotto style floors. This is a historic property, and so the elements within it were maintained during the most recent renovation. So this is the entryway dining room. We'll come back to this space, but first I did want to show you the kitchen. The kitchen and the living room, I think, are high points here in this property. So this is the kitchen area. Really nice to have the sink below the windows, not something you see very often. So if you're washing the dishes, you can look out into your garden, but you also have a traditional fireplace, stovetop, and this is all built into the walls. This is stone, right? So beautiful structural kitchen. Come back out this way and you have this interesting space. I think it's kind of connected to the kitchen, and so if you don't have enough countertop, you can use this countertop. You have spaces here. This is beautiful cotto, kind of the similar type of bricks which are used in the floors. They've used it as a surface here. Really gorgeous. And this way brings us into the living room. So very spacious living room. We have plenty of light coming in there from the back, from those doors that can actually open up and bring you into the garden. But also during the winter months, during the cooler months, you have this gorgeous fireplace. Beautiful woodwork up on the top part of it. Lots of bricks and this kind of structural part where you store the wood, and a nice little bench to rest on. So this is just a beautiful space. As you can see, we have the typical revealed beams and brick ceilings as you get in these types of properties, but really, really gorgeous. But I'll bring you back out this way now. Also, nice arches here. And this way we have the downstairs bathroom. So it has everything you need. Even has a shower on this side. And from here, let's go back into the dining room. Voila. So also this is a big space, just really beautiful, really picturesque when you walk in with these vaults. These are really thick walls, and so the temperatures stay very stable inside here. And turning this way brings us to bedroom number 1. Obviously it's a bedroom now. You can use it as you please, but really beautiful with the sliding doors, which let you in and out, and the beautiful murals that have been painted up on the ceiling. Very well done, very tasteful, adds a lot of character to the space, and windows that give you views of green out in your garden. So that covers the downstairs. Let's go upstairs. Here's a closet space and also an area to hang up your coats. You can see the stone stairs are really beautiful. This is also a typical element of these types of homes, but also the arches continue walking all the way up the stairs. And here we are, the first floor, the top floor. This is where we have the bedroom. So this brings us into bedroom number 1. You can call it bedroom number 1. It is a kind of a walk-through space to get into bedroom number 1. So maybe a studio or a children's bedroom. And here we are. So very cozy. You have the revealed beams up here as well, and a window looking down like we had downstairs. So this is bedroom number 1. Come back out. The property maintains character throughout all of the different spaces. So you can see the door frames are a bit low, but that's typical. So back in the olden days, people weren't as tall as they are now with modern nutrition and modern diets, I suppose. But this is a big bedroom, another big bedroom. So bedroom number 3 that we're seeing here. You can see it also has these kind of old style shutters which completely block the light, which is great at night. It's all double paned. The heating is via gas. We have these aluminum radiators, which are great. And there's one more space which I have to show you, which is up these stairs. And it is the upstairs bathroom. So this is a tight little space here, but we have the shower, complete Italian bathroom up top. So this is house number 1. Let's go back to the restaurant and have course number 2. Grazie. Okay guys, so we have our first dish of the menu, the primo piatto, and this is pappardelle with a ragu sauce of lepre, which is a hare. I think it's a hare. H-A-R-E. So like a big wild rabbit, right? Looks very good. Pappardelle are homemade pasta, which are a bit thicker than tagliatelle, and they hold a thick sauce like this very well. This is a very rich sauce. The flavor isn't as overbearing as it is when it's like a cinghiale ragu or a beef ragu. It has a bit more of a subtle flavor. All right, guys, house number 2, and it's this beautiful historical palazzo behind me, right in the heart of the historical center. Starting with the asking price, $380,000, but we're talking about a property which has around 220 square meters of space, including an exclusive garden in the back onto the lake and a terrace overlooking it all. So you have the whole first floor. Very spacious, very high ceilings, very typical, but there's also a unit downstairs that can be a sort of separate unit. Very interesting. I love it. I think it's amazing for this price. Let's go check it out. So this is the main entrance of this beautiful building. It's called the Androne in Italian, and you can see it's characterized by these two arches with the column in the middle. We have the stairs going up, but before we go up, I want to show you the downstairs, because it's not only the apartment being sold, it's also this little space, this really cute little space, which can be very useful coming this way. And it could be a little separate unit, you can call it. We have a bathroom here. This is what's called the Bagno Tecnico, so where we have the boiler and things like that, but also an entrance there on the back. Coming this way. So this is the space down here. We have a full kitchen, beautiful revealed beams, beautiful revealed walls, and a window looking out onto the garden. Now there's actually a door which allows you to exit out into the garden, but this isn't the whole home, right? The main home, the noble aspect of the home is upstairs. But this can be something that you rent out or you turn into like a little studio. You can have somebody else living down here or visiting you in this space. So very interesting. This is just the add-on, let's say, of the property, the little bonus. And we'll come out this way, and I'll bring you up the stairs. So here's the stairs going up. You can see that it's in stone, wrought iron with wood coming up. And the wrought iron is also visible along these windows, which you can actually see from in the apartment. You can open those up and look down into the Androne from up top. But you can see it's a palazzo of various floors. But luckily you're only on the first floor for this property. So you can already see very high doors, beautiful in wood. Come on in, and I'll start showing you. Let's go this way first. So this is the hallway. You can already see the ceilings are really, really tall. So I mean, this is a historical palazzo, and as you find in these properties, the ceilings are always very tall. They always have interesting characteristics like arches or beams. I'm going to take you right out this way into the main space, which I think is kind of the showcase of the property, and it's this living room. So really just a massive space, rectangular space, lots of beams, this beautiful arched door looking out onto the terrace, and various doors which have been closed off but can be reopened if you wanted to kind of connect the space with the other rooms as opposed to using that hallway. But we'll go outside now, and I'll show you the gem of the property, the terrace. Here we are. So as we've seen in the past, the beautiful thing about towns on lakes are the views that you get. And this is one of the maybe 10 homes in the historical center of Castiglione del Lago that has direct access with a terrace onto the lake. The fact that you walk out and the lake feels like yours, I mean, that's really unique. So you walk down the stairs and you're in a historical center with a garden. So you have this whole space here, which is yours, and a garage going out this way. So I'll show you a bit of the garage. Obviously you can walk up top, and I'll show you that, but you have this whole little space. You can garage kind of storage space in here. It's quite spacious, and just a useful space to have. And you have this whole space here of the garden, which belongs to you. It's beautiful details. They've made this little path out of stones. You have a well down that way, but I think what's really special about it is, so you have the view of the lake on that side, but on this side you have the whole view of the cathedral. Just gorgeous. The skyline of Castiglione del Lago is part of your garden, and 380,000 euros for this is a steal, guys. I don't say this often on my channel, giving my opinions, but this is an amazing property at an amazing price. You obviously have to, turn it into something, but just, I think it's really special, really special. We'll head up this way. So here you have a nice little area for tables, but you walk up and you have your own terrace. And you can see on the terrace just amazing views. Cathedral that way. You walk around and this way you have the lake. And actually just a couple homes over is that other home that we toured a few months ago in Castiglione del Lago. And this is just, this is amazing. So everybody talks about Lake Como, about Lake Garda up north, but Lake Trasimeno, guys, has nothing to envy. But we'll come back down. The garden was about 120 square meters, if I'm not mistaken. So a really nice sized garden. Obviously on days like today, where you have the sun coming out, it's spring, if you don't suffer from allergies, you can really enjoy your time out here. And so this is the view into that little downstairs unit that we saw. You can actually come in this way. So this is where your car would come in. You open this door, opens all the way coming that way, and your door comes in from the main streets, from the Corso in town. And so that's where you also have that side entrance of this downstairs unit. But now I'll take you back inside and we'll see the rest of the property. I had to bring you out here first just because this is the highlight, I think. All right, so back inside. Don't need the shades in here. Come with me this way because I will take you back to the entrance so we can do a full calm tour of the property to kind of understand its layout. So these were the doors that are looking back down onto the entryway. There's a little closet this way, but basically this is where this part of the property ends. So we have the living room and coming back out this way. So this is the main entrance that we came from. And I didn't show you on the way up, so you walk in through this door. This beautiful room. This is actually a gorgeous space, which is very characteristic due to this fireplace that we have here. So just a very cozy spot when you enter in. You have the views out here onto the street below with some of the restaurants. Very nice. So come back this way. Hopefully you'll understand the layout a bit better. Walk through the main entrance. You have that little room. And via the corridor, you can either go left to the living room and to that closet, or you can go right, and this is where the rest of the property is. So, having said that, let me show you first the kitchen. Now, this is a property which has to be renovated, and so there's not much that I can actually show you and say this is a really, gorgeous kitchen. It's habitable. It can be used. But essentially what you want to do with this property is make it your own. You renovate it. You give it value by highlighting the characteristics that it has and kind of accentuating them. So here's the bathroom space, full bathroom. They even have room for a tub. And that's what you do with a property like this. So it's kind of like, my video in Arezzo a couple of weeks ago. You buy a property like this because you have a vision, because you're in love with historical characteristics in a property, not because you're getting something turnkey. But if you turn it into something which in the future would be turnkey, you have something which is irreplaceable, it's unique, it's a piece of art that you can really turn into something nice. So this is a big bedroom, that's a bathroom. Show you this way. So walking back down the hallway, this is the kitchen. And this brings us into the remaining nighttime area. So very high ceilings with the revealed beams. This is the views out onto that driveway from below and the avenue. And coming back this way, we have the corner of the property. So I think this is a really nice room as well, just because of the layout. This is the window looking onto the Corso, but then you're at the corner, and the Corso kind of opens up, and you can look down this way as well. So this is just a really cute room of the property, just really beautiful. I think this would be a really nice bedroom. I think this is where I'd put my bedroom, just because you have so much light in it. And so, yeah, this is property number 2. Let's go have course number 3. So we have our second course. This is chicken with stewed vegetables and some oven roasted potatoes. Let's try out the stuffed chicken. Oven roasted potatoes are always delicious. And now let's go see the third home for sale. All right, so welcome to my home. Or just kidding, maybe it's your next home. It's the third home that we're seeing today, at least. The third home for sale. Characteristics, 190,000 is the asking price. We have a full mini villa out here in the countryside of Castiglione del Lago. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, so the very typically asked, with 1,500 square meters of garden. The inside is about 140 square meters of space. So we have a very spacious property at a very good price with interesting characteristics. It has a bit of everything. It checks a lot of boxes, I think, and that's why I've chosen it. You can see beautiful brick facade, very quaint, very cute Italian style. I'll show you first a bit of the garden. So walking around this way, we have a well, and we kind of swing all the way along the side of the property to the back, and that gives us access to the more rustic side of things. So it's a rustic property. Coming back this way, you have where you can put your chickens, where your dogs can hang out, and all the way in the back there's an olive grove, and that's what's taking up most of the space. We'll cue to the drones and show you the olive grove. I'm not going to walk you there because I want to show you the inside of the property. So, coming back this way, so we are not right outside of Castiglione del Lago, but rather on a fraction, a frazione, right outside a small hamlet of Castiglione del Lago, a couple of kilometers drive, but also an easy bike ride if you wanted to bike there. And now I'll take you in. So we'll start the tour in the kitchen area. So this is what's currently the kitchen. And starting in here, you can already see how typical this home is. So I've chosen all very typical characteristics homes for the tours today. And this one isn't an exception. We have the revealed beams, the brick. It's not a noble home. It's a very rustic, cute, cozy home. And so it's a bit lower. It's a bit more welcoming. It has a nice welcoming feel to it, and it has the smells of a country home. Beautiful fireplace, very epic, very rustic. And I'll bring you back around this way because the home is kind of divided on two sides, this back side and this front side. And coming in here, we have the main dining room, very elegant, and the living room, which is very much a sort of den where you can hang out, and it's very welcoming. You have this sloping ceiling coming down, and it's just such a cozy space, just a very welcoming, cozy space. I'm in love with it. It's a cute home, guys. Coming around this way, so this is the other entrance into that kitchen. We swing around here, and we have the downstairs bathroom. Full bathroom with a shower. And bedroom number one. So we have one bedroom downstairs, two upstairs. And this bedroom has a nice window out onto the back garden, and this beautiful sloping ceiling. It's such a welcoming home. I love homes like this that have character, that have personality. Come back around this way and I'll show you the upstairs now. You can see the floors are all in cotto of different generations. This is very old cotto. You can kind of see walking up the stairs. It's brick, but it's slightly curved. That's over the ages and ages of use. It provides character to the property, without a doubt. So you walk up, and we have the 2 bedrooms, one here, one there. Obviously in the middle, this is where we have the upstairs bathroom, full bathroom. Over here we have bedroom number 2. First one on this floor, this is looking out into the front yard. Beautiful coto floors. I love floors like this. And we'll come back this way. And here we have the other main bedroom here. Once again, super cozy. You know, I can see myself here on a summer day. You know, you open your windows in the morning, nice fresh breath of air, and even in the winters, you know, you turn on the fireplace downstairs and you kind of warm yourself up, you make yourself a nice stew. This is a home with a lot of personality, very Tuscan, very Umbrian, very rustic. As always, write to me at marco@justdreamitaly.com if you're interested in the 3 homes shown today, or if you want to work with me or my team to find your own dream home in Italy. Check out our new Instagram page as well, Just Dream Italy Official. And a big thank you to Wise for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check them out in the link in the description below. If you need to move money into European bank accounts, they make it incredibly straightforward. They're transparent with their fees and use the mid-market rate you see on Google. I've suggested them to many of my clients already, so I feel confident sharing it with you as well.